on 1001 goals. Many lands Zarathustra saw and many peoples, thus he discovered many peoples good and evil. No greater marketplace on earth did Zarathustra find than good and evil. No people could live that did not first esteem. But if they want to preserve themselves, then they must not esteem as their neighbor esteems. Much that was called good by this people was called scorn and disgrace by another. Thus I found. Much I found that was called evil here and decked in purple honors there. Never did one neighbor understand the other. Always his soul was amazed at his neighbor's delusion and malice. A tablet of the good hangs over every people. Observe. It is the tablet of their overcomings. Observe. It is the voice of their will to power. Praiseworthy to them is whatever they consider difficult. What is indispensable and difficult is called good. And whatever stems from the highest need and still liberates, the rarest, the most difficult, that is praised as holy. Whatever lets them rule and triumph and shine. To the dread and envy of their neighbor, that they consider as the high, the first, the measuring, the meaning of all things. Truly, my brother, once you discover a people's need and land and sky and neighbor, you guess as well the law of their overcomings, and why they climb on this ladder to their hope. Always you shall be the first and tower above others. No one shall your jealous soul love, unless it is the friend. This is what made the soul of a Greek tremble. With this he walked the path of greatness. Speak the truth and be skilled with the bow and arrow. This seemed both dear and difficult to the people from whom my name derives, the name that is both dear and difficult to me. Honor father and mother and comply with their will down to the roots of one's soul. This tablet of overcoming a different people hung over themselves and became powerful and eternal thereby. Practice loyalty and for loyalty's sake risk honor and blood even on evil and dangerous things, teaching themselves thus another people conquered themselves. And thus conquering themselves they became pregnant and heavy with great hopes. Indeed, humans gave themselves all of their good and evil. Indeed, they did not take it, they did not find it. It did not fall to them as a voice from heaven. Humans first placed values into things. In order to preserve themselves, they first created meaning for things, a human meaning. That is why they call themselves human, that is, the esteemer. Esteeming is creating. Hear me, you creators. Esteeming itself is the treasure and jewel of all esteemed things. Only through esteeming is there value, and without esteeming the nut of existence would be hollow. Hear me, you creators. Change of values, that is the change of creators. Whoever must be a creator always annihilates. First peoples were creators and only later individuals. Indeed, the individual himself is still the youngest creation. Peoples once hung a tablet of the good over themselves. Love that wants to rule and love that wants to obey such tablets created together. Delight in the herd is older than delight in the ego. And as long as good conscience is synonymous with herd, only bad conscience says, ego. Truly, the sly ego, loveless, wanting its benefit in the benefit of the many, that is not the origin of the herd. But instead it's going under. It was always lovers and creators who created good and evil. The fire of love glows in the names of all virtues and the fire of wrath. Zarathustra saw many lands and many peoples. No greater power did Zarathustra find on earth than the works of the lovers. Good and evil are their names. Truly, a behemoth is the power of this praising and blaming. Tell me, who will conquer it for me, you brothers? Tell me, who will throw the fetters over the 1,000 necks of this beast? 1,000 goals there have been until now, for there have been 1,000 peoples. Only the fetters for the 1,000 necks are still missing, The one goal is missing. Humanity still has no goal. But tell me, my brothers, if humanity still lacks a goal, does it not also still lack humanity itself? Thus spoke Zarathustra.